Hello everyone, today we're going to be diving back into Wargames Atlantic, and this time round we're going to be checking out the first of the new grand battle scale miniatures with their samurai. The box contains 224 10mm figures. You can see here a bit about the Sengoku period in the 16th century. Box contains 192 10mm infantry and 32 cav with a variety of weapons. Here is what you get in the breakdown on them. And a little QR code to the Wargames Atlantic Legion, which is actually the fan page for Wargames Atlantic and well worth visiting. And here we have one of the sprues. Now, there are 4 sprues in the box to bring you up to your 224 figures. As you can see, there is a wealth therein. Top and bottom, or this currently side to side, we have our back banner, so the sashimono, possibly. And then we have the actual meat and potatoes of the figures themselves. So we have a variety with hand weapons, so katana, naginata, and yari, possibly, which is the spears. Likewise on the cavalry, we also have a variety of weaponry. Again, the spear, the katana, and the yumi bows. And then towards the bottom, we have some more singles. So bow in singles and pairs, and also some katana and casualties, which can be used for the base. Really nice set of detail, and the figures themselves, because of the way they're stripped in singles, 2s, 3s and 5s, means depending on what you're basing for, you should have plenty of options in there. Sprue gates aren't too bad. I have heard of people breaking some of the sprue pieces whenever they're clipping them off. Always clip weapons first before you clip off a base, because the stress will be pushed, especially if you're using a pair of terrible snips. It will push onto the thinner plastic piece. So if you cut these first, you're better off. Also, if you get yourself a decent pair of single-sided snips, is the best way to go with any plastic. But let's take a look at them up close. Okay, so here we have our samurai. I very quickly pulled a sprue apart and based them for l'art de la guerre, although they could also be used for most DBX systems as well, but I thought it was a good example of what you could get. If I pop this down, you will see, annoyingly, I don't have a 10mm on this, so they are below 15. If I grab my trusty ruler and pop it there, and have to knock a mil off this for the base. So height wise they are about 11mm to eye level when that base comes off. Yeah, about 11mm. So just slightly over 10, but they are designed to fit in with other ranges that are already on the market. So you can see the detail of the samurai is very nice. If you are basing in this way, that's a 40 by 15. Your standard heavy sort of elite melee. 2 bases obviously would give you this. So you can start to see how they would come together. The various sashimono, not enough to give every single samurai one, which is, terrible. However, there are enough that you can put a sufficient number onto each stand. So you can have a variety of melee units, all with at least 2, in most cases 3, I think, defining banners, so you can have their clan loyalties shown on them. And if you are playing something like L'Art de la Guerre, then there's enough in a single box to put together a decent beginning force for probably 2 players. You're going to have plenty of elements in there to play with. Taking a look at our cavalry, obviously 10 mil, so a little flat to the front. However, galloping away, which I'm sure Ben will be very happy with. And again, still need final cleanup, but you'll see where they're going. They're on a 40 by 30, sort of standard cavalry base. So you can do 2 sets of melee. I don't think mounted bowmen are actually a viable option in L'Art de la Guerre, from what I could see, for feudal Japanese. But I popped the 2 bowmen onto their own. So a single sprue gives you 6 melee and 2 bow. So you can obviously work out, do the relevant mathematics for those. Bow-wise, with the yumis, you have 2 rows of archers standing. Again, nice detail. Room for Sashimono on them if you want. I felt I couldn't be bothered trying to fit them in past the quivers on their backs, so it would have them a bit higher. But you could if you wanted to. And then we have, unfortunately, some sort of counter battery fire has gone on here, so the bows ready to fire away. But again, it means if you're playing, you can rank up your elements thusly to get larger units. So there we are, the samurai overall. Really nice set of figures. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with the expected command figures as well. So that's going to be a separate sprue in some regards, but we'll have Ashigaru and samurai on there. So all your feudal Japanese needs will be catered for. All right then, folks, 192 miniatures stuffed in a box. It's an impressive amount of 10mm fun and games in there. And as you can see, if you're playing DBX style games, essentially it's most of your army in one box as well. You can change up the basing. Obviously, people will be picking it up for different games. There is talk that Wargames Atlantic are working on their own grand battle scale rule set as well. So it'll be fascinating to see what they come up with there. But plenty of options, plenty of flexibility. You've got your cavalry, bow, yari, and obviously the sort of hand weapon katana type samurai in there as well. So you've got heavy infantry and you've got all the various accoutrements that you need to field your samurai. There is a separate command sprue being worked on. I'm not sure if it's going to be a box or just an individual sprue. They have said it is being tooled and will contain parts for both this and for their Ashigaru to add command options, so you can have your various shogun if you need to for the Sengoku period. Let me know what you think below. Until next time, bye-bye.
Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.